Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. In the last video, I began the process of installing my oil pan and I ran out of daylight. So today I want to go ahead and continue that installation process. So I'm going to be installing the front cover first, the rear cover, and then I'll be installing the oil pan. I'll be using a couple of tools made by Mr. Gasket to align the front and rear covers. So join along with me as we get these installed and we'll get this engine ready to put back into the truck.
I have these tools from Mr. Gasket, and the entire purpose of these tools is to help you line up this cover perfectly concentric with the crankshaft. And it's pretty important that you do so because if not, it will chew up the seal and you'll develop a leak. And you not only want it concentric with the crankshaft, but you want the tabs up here to be equal. So we've got the tool installed. We're going to slide it over the crankshaft journal, or the snout I should say, and we're going to go ahead and put this thing in. So this should still be able to turn, which it does. And let's just verify that we're still flat. And I mean, we're so close that it's not even funny. All right. So that's the front cover installed. is a slip fit. Bolts are torqued. And we're going to go ahead and see what we can do on the rear cover. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this old seal out. I'm going to try to get this old seal out. Alright, the seal is out. I'm going to clean the cover and the engine surface up real good. And then I'm going to use the same technique. We have a tool here. I'm actually going to go ahead and install the cover. I mentioned it earlier. I think I can get the cover centered pretty well, get all the bolts in. I'm not going to get them torqued. I might get a few torqued around the periphery, but I won't get them all torqued, and then I'll put the seal in once I get the engine hanging on the lift. And there's no gasket material to scrape off. It's just oil, a little bit of residual oil. GM did a really good job when they designed these covers. Like you saw earlier when I put the front cover on, there are things you have to pay attention to. You got to make sure you get them straight, and there does require some special tools. And I think that's the one thing that people dislike about it. Some people kind of skirt that. I prefer to go ahead and use the right tool. It's just personal preference. Okay, I don't know that this is going to work as far as being able to get the tool in, but we can get the cover on at least, get the bolt started. Alright. It actually might go in. We'll see. Get this thing going. So I could get all but 2, but I'm okay holding off on those. The cover's installed, and we're still good. Alright, so I'm going to change out my battery and then install the oil pan. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to put the pan on. So you can see I put some gasket sealer here in the corners, just where the gap is in the front and rear covers. You can see my cutout. I have clearance, I don't know if you can tell, to the windage tray there. And here. So everything has clearance. So I'm ready to install the pan.
Alright guys, she's starting to look like an engine. We have the oil pan on, the front and rear covers. Changed out the oil gallery plugs, the barbell. And so the next thing is I'm going to try it this week to measure the length of push rods I need to get those on order. And we'll get this thing together.
So I wanted to get this shot before the sun goes down on me. This is the stock truck oil pan, and it's not horrible, but it's sticking down a couple of inches below the cross member, and that is why I definitely wanted to go ahead and go to this aftermarket oil pan. The thing is that I've always been a little skittish just when I see debris in the road and different things, and so I'm getting to the point here pretty soon where I'm going to be installing the oil pan on this engine over here. But I wanted to include this footage. As you can see, you know, it's like I said, I drove it for about 5 years. Thank God I never hit anything, knocked a hole in it. But I don't want to spend the money on building this engine that I'm building right now, only to have something knock a hole in the pan and basically destroy the engine.
So hey guys, you saw the engine with the oil pan installed, and I've got to say that I'm pretty impressed with that Street Performance product. You know, everything went together pretty well. I did have a little trouble with the oil pickup tube, but you know, it was a simple matter of just cleaning up the burrs on the outside edge of the pickup tube. And thankfully they had sent me an extra O-ring, so we got it together. I really like the looks of it. It looks like the quality of it is fantastic. And so I'm pretty happy with it. So at this point we're ready to throw the engine into the truck. Of course I've got to get the other one out. Now the push rods, the rockers, I've still got to address that issue. I'll get a good measurement of it, get the parts on order, but I can do that with the engine in the truck. So the next step is to start getting the old engine out, get the new engine in, and we'll move forward with it. So thanks for joining me, and hope to see you next time.